Hello. Little live stream here on YouTube. Haven't done a YouTube live stream in a few weeks. That's probably a generous statement. Probably been more than a few weeks. But I do love to just have a chat. And what I love the most is to jump on, talk to you for a few minutes, and give you something straight from my soul to yours that is going to wake you up back to truth. So that's what I'm here to do. I have smashed down a piece of Vegemite toast. Oh my gosh, my soul is so happy right now, with a few random pieces of steak. Who doesn't have a few bits of cold steak on the side of their Vegemite toast? Hello, Dana. Hello, welcome. And I wanted to jump on real quick and talk to you about something that you know, that we all know, that is in all of us, which is that you do always know. You do always know and you do already know. I can't remember what I put in the title description exactly, but both things are true. You know, as entrepreneurs, as creators, leaders, magic makers, if you will, and I believe you will, those of us who are called to really let something inside of us out, and let it out from a place that does go beyond our own humanness, transcends just our physical knowledge and our physical experience and what's inside of us, as far as, what we've done here on earth or learned here on earth. For those like us, which is me, you, anyone here really, with the odd exception maybe of somebody who accidentally found themselves here and they don't know why. But anyone who watches my content, most of my video content historically has been on Facebook, I suppose. My business was built long before there was any video content. In fact, I already created a multi-million-dollar business online before I was ever consistently using video at all. I think by the time I got to that income level and the impact that went hand in hand with it, I'd probably made like 10 videos total of some kind, all of which took me absolutely hours because I found it stressful AF. But yeah, historically my video content, once the live video particularly did become part of it, it's been on Facebook. And then, YouTube is somewhere where I'm starting to really share some of my energy more and more, and do that with the help of my amazing team, Rachel on my team, who's the person who helps me with that on YouTube. And I'm just kind of rambling a little bit about me. If you don't know me, hello, I'm Kat. Hi, figure it out. You'll get to figure out whether or not it's for you. But the point I'm getting to here is, for anyone like us, anyone who has something inside of us to share, there are so many things that we could be doing. There are so many things that we often think we should be doing. There's so many moving parts to online business or offline business or any business, that if you try to keep up with it all, or if you're trying to figure out what the best right move to make is, it's a game that you'll play that game for life, and you'll look back and you'll realize you played the wrong game of life. In particular, this is relevant to any part of your life, any part of your business, any part where you maybe desire a greater level of clarity, where you think you need to be equipped to a higher level. Maybe you feel that you need more knowledge, more experience, more wisdom, more skill, more proof, more evidence of something, that you need to somehow, demonstrate your right or your worthiness, or you just genuinely believe you need somebody to help you to get clear and to know the moves to make. I'm telling you, in any and all of these areas, the simple fact of the matter is, you do know though. You have those answers inside of you. And if you would consider, and this is my suggestion to you, if you would consider making a commitment to yourself, installing it as a personal policy perhaps, which is one of my favorite things to do, to really lean into what I call fundamental beliefs or personal policies. So things that I fundamentally believe, and or that I've chosen to adopt as fundamental belief, that I've then made into a personal policy, in the same way that if you go and work at a company, there's often policies. This is the policy here. You accept the policy when you start, and then once you're underway, well, this is the policy. In your own life and in your own business, but just as an individual as well, you can have personal policies that you lean on, that help you to make moves, help you to connect back to truth, and that you can use as a filter or a springboard, a jumping off point, in order to take action and get a result and not get stuck in the tangleweeds and, the quicksand of business or of money or of life. So what if you were to adopt a personal policy? And this is something I've certainly adopted for myself, even though it's been at times scary to do so. A personal policy of, but I do always already know. And when you look back, this is just the black and white facts, right? When you look back at in an area of life where you've accomplished something amazing, something you're proud of, something that's of impact or that's made a big difference in your own life or the lives of others, of course, you didn't necessarily know all the details and specificities of it, but the core of the thing, the essence, the heart of it, you knew whether something was for you or not for you. You knew whether you did need to move through confrontation or resistance or, inner self-talk, fear, doubt, and whatnot, and to do the damn thing anyway. You knew when it was something that was for you to act on. You knew when something was not for you and to walk away from or to not give your energy or time or focus to it. And I'm not talking necessarily about dramatic, big life things, unless you consider accidentally giving your entire life for the not quite right thing to be a dramatic, big deal thing, which it kind of is. I'm talking about the little moments a lot of the time, though. These little moments that add up to a thing we call life, yeah? And I'm talking about, particularly in business, I'm talking about the fact that there are an endless, and there will always be an endless stream of things you could do, and that you might take it upon yourself to believe that you should do, and that you might even commit to in some way or seek to commit to, and that you might even be, persistent enough to follow through on. But just because there are so many different ways that you can market, brand, sell, stand out, share content, create things online, or whatever the offline business equivalent of that is, in any business this is true, it doesn't mean they're required. And the way for you to figure out where your time, energy, focus is meant to go is not necessarily to have to experiment with all these things, test them, track them, measure them. Maybe if that's the vibe for you and that's what you feel truly led to do, then do it that way. But even still, some part of it needs to be for each of us, even those who love looking at the numbers and the analytics and whatnot. We use these things in my business to some degree for sure, in some areas more than others. But all of it runs through a filter of, it's got to feel right for me. I'm the director of this company. I'm the founder, creator, director, the primary person who's producing content. Nothing happens in my coaching company or in any of my other businesses or brands without it running through an inner filter of, do I know? Do I know that this is something to give attention to? I don't necessarily know in advance if something is going to be a thing that is big or that I give a lot of attention to or my team's resources to or their attention to. But I do always know enough to know whether or not to lean in, to take a step or the next step, to turn in the direction of that thing. And the times when I've gone against that knowingness and I've made a move in my business or in my life because I've seen other people making that move or those moves, or I felt insecure and some part of me thought, well, okay, surely if I had this or this, then I'd, feel better about myself and prove my worth more or something. I mean, those times, I'm not going to say they've been a waste of time because they've been great from a learning perspective, for sure. I got to learn some cool lessons that way. But ultimately, no, they've not contributed to my business or money success, nor to me creating the work that has impacted thousands and thousands and thousands, if not, well, hundreds of thousands actually, of people all around the world, and millions of people if we added the indirect effect of the many, many people that my work directly impacts. And it's also not what's led to what anybody would term a very successful digital coaching brand. That's come from me following the things that I already knew, that I always knew, that sometimes took me a hell of a long time to own that I knew. And sometimes I went in a way, all the way around circle before I came back there. But in the end, it was a case in every single occasion of, I knew that. I knew that I didn't need to worry about that. But some part of me wanted to prove it or fight that good fight anyway, I guess. So here's my suggestion to you today. Just pause. There's so much stuff you could be doing. There's probably so much stuff you're trying to do. And there's probably a good bunch of stuff you're actually moving forward with and making some sort of a difference or an impact with. But before you keep doing and pushing and busy making,
or even creating an outcome for the sake of an outcome, but it's not truly connected into your core, just pause for a moment, maybe longer if you want to journal on it, and ask, what is it that I actually know it's meant to be about? What is it that I already know that I'm meant to make a move on? What is it that I already know I get to turn away from and it doesn't need my attention? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts, feedback, questions, suggestions on topics that you'd like to hear me create a live video around or a video for one of our epic playlists. Please remember, life is now. You get to press play now. You get to choose now to live the life that's there for you now. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please let me know by hitting the like button, subscribe to the channel. We are doing so many cool things here on YouTube, so make sure you whack that notifications bell as well, wherever it's at, so that you get notified. We're consistently dropping new videos. Some of them are really short and sweet, just short, in your face, little throat punch to wake you up the way you like. Others a little bit longer like this, and lots more good stuff coming. So get involved. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget, as I said, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. Life is now. Press play.